Hello Knights fans, back with the FDU men's basketball report less than 24 hours after the Knights' exciting win at St. Francis, PA in the opening round of the Northeast Conference Tournament. Coach, a lot of things to unpack from last night's great win. First, it's been a focal point of a lot of our episodes this year, the play of your freshmen, and last night it was resounding. Jaleel Jenkins and Noah Morgan especially. Just talk about all the things that they did to help you win that game.
I think, Brian, Jaleel's first three kind of set the tone on the ball screen. They went under it, and they just banged the three. And then to end the game, Noah ended the game by making a steal, getting fouled, put us up two late. And Elijah Williams just does so many dirty work kind of things defensively and offensively. So even Tyler Jones came off the bench and provided us with some good rest and some good minutes defensively. So, yeah, our freshmen, they're not fresh. After that game, you're not a freshman anymore. And after the Wagner game here, you're not a freshman anymore. And they played great basketball, and really proud of the freshmen.
Yeah, definitely so many big shots. They definitely weren't scared of the spotlight. So Noah Morgan, he battled foul trouble. He's guarding Keith Braxton, probably arguably one of the best players in the conference.
Right.
He's guarding him for the whole game. Gets 4 fouls. As a coach, I know there's a lot of things that factor in, but what are the main factors when you get a guy, he picks up his 4th foul, and you check Noah back in with 10 and a half minutes to go, and he helped you out the rest of the way?
Well, you just need your best players on the floor, and I'm not a, Noah's a really smart basketball player. From day one, we figured out, even when we were recruiting him, he's beyond his years, and he knows how to play, and he's not afraid. And it was just some gut things you have to go to, and we're not really deep anyway, so we kind of had to throw the dice down a little bit. But Noah has come up for us in every one of our big games, But last night in the second half, for him to finish that game 13 and 10 after sitting on the bench for 10 to 12 minutes was remarkable. But we have a lot of confidence in Noah, and more importantly, Noah has a lot of confidence in Noah.
Definitely. I mean, we talked about all the big contributions. I mean, you can really go down the roster. Nadi Basiri hit a big 3 in the first half. Obviously, Jaleel Jenkins, 4 for 4 from 3. And then another guy, he seems to always be there time and time again, Mr. Consistency, Darnell Edge.
Yes.
They hit that big run. You're up 69-60. They scored 12 straight. You're down by 3. Come out of the timeout, and there he is, Darnell Edge with the big corner 3.
Yeah, Darnell, we've been preaching to him, man, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. And we ran a play for him, and he was ready to shoot it and made it. And that kind of just – it silenced. It didn't silence the crowd, but you just felt, okay, now this is a game. It was a huge shot, and Darnell's been there for us from day one, and that was obviously a big 3-point make by Darnell.
Definitely. And again, you get the layup by Noah, and then obviously Jaleel takes another big 3. He's a guy who hasn't shot it that well from 3, but I mean, you gotta just love the confidence as a freshman to come in there and take so many big shots like he did last night.
He's just a player, and he's never too high or too low. He gets down on himself a little bit, and I'm like, I don't get down on you, so don't get down on yourself, because he can do no wrong in my book. He's got to improve defensively. He's got to get stronger. But ultimately, he's a basketball player that I think every coach would love to have, and he just got his shot blocked and got it right back from Mike, and a loose ball that was huge for Mike to pick up, gets it back to him. We had 19 on the clock, and he pulls it, and I can't argue with these guys, because every day in practice I'm just pounding them, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it when you're open, and he took heat, and he made a huge 3 for us.
And another big performance. You get kind of almost flew under the radar though with sophomore Caleb Bishop. He put in a career high 21 points, 9 of 11 shooting. He had 5 rebounds, and I know we talked about it after the game. I think they felt like he had 20 because they were so big. 4 offensive boards. Talk about his performance, and it almost seems like he had a quiet 21 if there's such a thing.
The key stat was that he played 40 minutes, because Caleb is still in the process of improving. So if he makes some mistakes, I've got a hook, and Caleb has had my hook for a year and a half now. I didn't take him out of the game. So for him to play 40 minutes, go 9 for 11, and get, like you said, 4 offensive rebounds that were all crucial, and defensively he was great. The second half he contained Braxton. We held him to 9, and we thought that was a great job. Made King turn it over late when he tried to take the charge. So Caleb was – we just gave out our awards, our night awards, and Caleb was the player of the game. by far. But all the other guys, you can make strong arguments that without them, we don't win that game. So kudos to Caleb, but kudos to the team. It was our fans coming, the cheerleaders, Crystal, and we had just one student, young girl from Russia, came by herself and got on that bus. And so hopefully at LIU, I think we're going to have a few more people follow us. And it's a noon game at LIU, and that place jumps when there's nobody in it. So with a sold-out crowd, which they're anticipating, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely, and now I know you obviously such a big win, but you got to start to look ahead, and I know these guys aren't going to take it lightly. It's now that you look ahead to your next challenge, which is the semifinals at LIU Brooklyn.
Right.
You won there this season. You won by 11 points early in the season. They came here and got us by 5, so you've definitely had the split with them, but it's a team that you know well, and although you haven't seen them in a while, it's definitely a lot of familiar foes, especially Joel Hernandez, who's really been their leader this season. As you look ahead to that game, what are going to be some of the keys to keep the momentum and build off last night's win?
Yeah, we're going to have, we came out and guarded really hard early in that game and then late in that game. We're going to just have to make more good defensive stops against, Clark is a really, really good player, a kid from New Haven, Connecticut, a great story. The kid from Hernandez is tough, and we haven't dealt with him well. And they have Augusto and Bats. They've got good players. Derek, as I said before on the show, I recruited Derek Kellogg. He visited Holy Cross when I was an assistant, so we go way back. So there's not a lot of secrets now. So it's going to be the best team will win. I think it's the best team that guards and rebounds and then eventually comes up with the big plays. And I like our team because we come up with a lot of big plays, and none of our players are afraid. Like every player, if given the opportunity, can make a play, and I think that's what's helping us down the stretch here.
Definitely the balanced attack, 5 in double figures again last night, and that's been the staple of this season. So the Knights are going to go to LIU Brooklyn. That's going to be a noon tip-off on Saturday. So fans, anyone who wants to travel, definitely reach out to our Associate AD, Valerie Gomez. She's VH Gomez at FDU.edu. You can go to FDUKnights.com and find her contact info so you can get all the information with getting on the bus. It'll be an early start, have some breakfast, and head out to Brooklyn and cheer on the Knights as they take on the 4-seeded Blackbirds on Saturday at noon. Any last thoughts here?
I think you covered it, and I just can't say enough. If you want to, and even if you're listening out there and you're not a Knight fan and you're not really an LIU Blackbird fan, it's great basketball. I say it all the time, Brian. If you put our conference in the arenas in the Big East and in the SEC, the games are just as exciting, and it's a fast, exciting game, and this team at Fairleigh Dickinson, though, really deserves a crowd, and trust me, every time they come, win, lose, or draw, you get your money's worth. So I just can't thank the people for coming out to St. Francis. That was like in the middle of nowhere. This is Brooklyn, man. On a Saturday, you kidding me? You go to breakfast, you go to the game, and then you go out afterwards and enjoy college basketball and being a student at FDU, and hopefully enjoy being a Fairleigh Dickinson basketball player.
Definitely. Well, good luck this week.
Great. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
So again, noon Saturday, LIU Brooklyn. If you can't make it, the game will be on ESPN3 and as always on NECFrontRow.com. So check into FDUKnights.com for all those links.